Hi guys, and welcome. Today, we will be covering the in-game event, the Jester Festival. This is our first installment to the newest series on my channel called Let Me Walk You Through It, dedicated to giving you the breakdown of in-game mechanics and events. So, if you are new to ESO, you may be wondering, what is the Jester Festival? This in-game event typically kicks off every spring, and to join the festivities, you'll want to head to any major alliance zone. Stonefalls for Eben Heartpact, Auradon for Aldmeri Dominion, and lastly, Glenumbra for Daggerfall Covenant. Always start in EP zones since they have all the best services. So, without further delay, let's get started. There are 3 main quests in the Jester Festival event and multiple little side quests. All of them reward 3 event tickets, but let's inspect the main quests, starting in Stonefalls.
You are no ordinary fool. Jorunn knows a kind red spirit when he sees one. You must trod new ground where your feet can stand alone. I know just how to make you the sole hero of the day. Just so. This one is heartsick without his betrothed. What good is all this food and drink without the one you love to pick it from your teeth? But Jorunn is forbidden to see his bride-to-be until the day of our vows. Free her from her minders, so we may grow fat together. Take a token of my love. The sickly sweet brownish flesh of mud crab apples, and she will know I sent you. The guard cannot know their king bade the absencing of his bride. Use cautiousness. This one's overlarge heart tramples in anticipation of seeing his bride-to-be.
This quest is all about stealing and stealth, so if you have a companion who dislikes violence or stealing, I would put them away. There is a trick to stealing the apples with ease, even if your stealth isn't so good. You need to position yourself behind the cart so your character gets caught on the little lip before you go to steal from the bushels of apples. When you locate the princess, there are a few things you should know. If you feed the princess, as long as you remain in the fenced area, you will not trigger the chase. You can also feed the princess while mounted. While on the chase, the butcher can catch you and rack up a huge bounty. There are 2 areas she will jump out of. The first place is out of the inn, as if she fast-traveled there, and the second is right out of the forge outside of town, right before the bridge.
Oh! You have brought Jorunn his bride-to-be! Or does this one's eyes deceive him? He is very toxicated. Ah! She is tasteful, is she not? I could just eat her up. Much better. Your heroics have stirred my spirits. I must savor these tenderest moments, rare as they are. Now that you have hogged all the glory here, I think we will be taking this party elsewhere. Will you follow our folly of fools down this onerous path? To the afterlife for great rulers, Sovereign Guard! No, wait, that is not it. Volkerguard! Queen Ayrenn wishes to show us true cheeriness. Today has seen enough boorish crime. You've earned your swill, so drink your fill, and leave my bride and I to some private time,
With Stonefalls completed, it's time to move to the next area. Just quickly run up the path to the Brother of Strife Way Shrine to teleport. When you arrive in town, follow the road out and take the first left. Keep traveling down this path till you see a giant crowd or an orc woman dressed in jester clothing.
I have the perfect mission for you, my doting vassal. You'll love it almost as much as me. I have decreed happiness, but not all of my kin share my breezy disposition, and it's putting a damper on my festivities. I won't have my fun ruined by these grumpy grumps. I need a champion to enforce my royally mandated cheerfulness. If these treasonous malcontents insist on harboring sticks firmly in their hindquarters, then they can at least have the decency to keep them in bloom. Ha ha! Find the grumps in my domain and pelt them with these enchanted petals until morale improves! I want you to have those grumps in stitches, one way or another!
Her quest is all about opening up the zone and traveling long distances to pelt people with flower petals. The first two people you need are located back in the center of town, close to the forge. A little fun fact is, there is a collectible that allows you to cover people in flower petals, and no matter if you use the collectible or the quest option, they will both help you to complete the requirements of the quest. As long as you pelt the intended targets, of course.
My champion of cheer returns! Have you vanquished the stubborn seriousness in my land? Ooh, delightful! It's so much nicer to rule a kingdom of happy subjects, don't you think? Well, I'm just exhausted from all this dreadful ruling. Our show will be moving on soon. Perhaps you'd like to continue your mission of merriment as part of our entourage. Oh, just a little jaunt over to Daggerfall for some mischief. Poor Emeric had such grand plans for today, but his dour queen will surely have something to say about that. I'm certain he'll seek out a champion after we arrive. You should volunteer! That's all for today, champion, but rest assured that your queen will call upon you again tomorrow.
I always leave the load screen up for everyone to see because of the great tips and lore bits they have in them. Unfortunately, the PS5 loads too quickly, to the point where we get no load screen.
Simple cousins?
Come! The realm needs a champion, and you happen to be standing here, so I dub thee my hero in the making. My superstitious queen has confiscated my array of royal magisters, the only illusionary dazzlers fit for a king. I can't impress my subjects with just any common prestidigitation. It would be trivial to whip up more with the right ingredients. There are some, local attractions that should have what I'm looking for, but they're no place for royalty. If you would risk venturing out on my behalf, I'll ensure you play a key role in today's festivities.
Thank you! Mind the royal face. No!
Good luck finding everything on my list. I don't know that we've ever had a fatality at the Jester's Festival, but if you are the first, I'll make sure your name lives on in appropriate ignominy.
Now, this Jester Festival quest would be the all-too-familiar fetch quests. You need to go into 2 different dungeons located on the map. Don't worry, they are fairly close to the tent. Here, you will need to gather these items by killing mobs in the dungeon or harvesting the items from somewhere inside the dungeon. Draugrs are not included. Once you are done with the fetch quest, you need to run across the map again, since there are no way shrines close by, and head back to King Emeric's tent, so he can turn those ingredients into fireworks. This is one of the longer quests to complete, as you can see. Majority of the time is taken up by travel.
Thwarted by my own queen in front of the other royalty. I can't be the laughingstock in my own kingdom. Aha! The day is saved! No one will question who wears the crown in my court after this. I promised you a key role in the festivities today, and I am a man of my word. I hereby entrust you with the honor of putting my royal prowess on display. Take my illusion dazzlers to some suitably crowded locations in the city, and give them a good shake and toss. My majestic creations will do the rest. Perfect. Give me a moment to work my magic, and I'll have you on your way with the finest flashing flourishes in the land. Stand back, and let your majesty make magic. A pinch of this, a dash of that. Give it a shake. Voila! Yeah! Your dazzlers, my faithful subject.
After a short show, you will be tasked to run across town like a lunatic, setting off the fireworks. Set off your last bit of fireworks down by the wooden docks, head back to the tent to turn in the last main quest of the Jester Festival.
For you, fair queen.
I thought I heard the raucous cheers and playful pops of my handiwork echoing throughout the city. Tell me it was more than my imagination. Well, of course. In my experience, my loyal subjects adore being showered in the affections of their king. Oh, don't share that with the queen.
With the main quest done, it's time to go back and do all the side quests. With the main quests out of the way, and you having spent hours of committing crimes, pelting people with objects, and playing with fire, you may be wondering, what else is there to do? To answer that question, we need to head back to the celebration areas and look around. So, let's go back to Stonefalls to take a look at what is available. When we arrive, we notice a strange balding man.
Ah, you here to enjoy the hilarity provided by that King Emeric? Between the two of us, I wish I could say their dribble improves with copious intoxicants, but it hasn't so far. What would you say to helping me bring in some new talent? Well, jokes about swines and passing wind don't count as entertainment. Not for a whole festival. We need music, dancing, something raucous. Oh, I have the perfect minstrels in mind. If you handle recruitment, I'll prepare the stage. Unfortunately, my talents are better served here. These minstrels are worth your effort, though. Their music is out of this realm. And I always pay those who help me make Tamriel more decadent. So, will you help me improve this dreary... Take these. That's a list of exclusive vintages, along with directions to where I left them. And a rune of compulsion. Gather the wine, and then you can summon and corral these fiery musicians. Go! Bring us music!
Now, for this quest, I want to acknowledge that there was a player who was constantly spamming in chat, asking where the spider venom wine was. So this is the perfect time to remind new players that without enabling a quest tracker, they won't be guided to their quest destinations or items. Like the main Jester Festival quests that take you to the 3 faction zones, this quest also requires you to travel around the world to visit dungeons, fetch wine, and enslave the Daedra within. Once you finish trapping, recruiting the new talent for the show, it's time to head back to Stonefalls to see what this strange man plans to do with the creatures you captured.
See for yourself, my friend. The stage is set. The oblivious inebriates are gathered in befuddled groups, and the minstrels are so warmed up they're practically cooked. Time has come for merriment. Our beautiful beastly bards stand at the ready. All they need to launch into a mind-melting performance, which will be to die for, is the signal. Can you feel it? The anticipation of a grand time? The festivities that await us? The only appropriate way to start boisterous music, of course, is with a clamorous note to kick things off. Now, where is... Ah! That bell over there. That should do it. Ring the bell, stand back, and enjoy the show. Why not? I had the idea, the contacts, the plan, and I set the stage. But you fought off hordes of monsters who eschewed our festivities. You gathered our talent. If anyone here should ring the bell, it is you, my friend.
Emeric? Oh, no. Emeric? Our quarters are full of box. You've just to respect your main commands here. Yes. You see, those were breakfast. You expect me to eat that? The nerve!
That was incredible! I'm sure you've faced many foes in your time, friend, but nothing is more threatening than mediocre festivities. Even the minstrels were smiling, or as much as they ever smile. Difficult to please, that bunch. Indeed! Wasn't it fantastic? Those minstrels really rose to the occasion. Please, take this as my thanks and stop back anytime. A performance of that caliber demands an encore.
Not going to lie, it was so bad that it was good. I will have to add them to my Nernify album, along with my Nernroot Noise playlist. Sorry you had to see that. We should move on to the next side quest of the Jester Festival. If gladiator fights are more your style of fun and merriment, then this Jester Festival quest is for you. It's a simple, straightforward kill quest. Let's head back to Stonefalls and grab our invitation off of the random light post. Though you pick up the bacon-smeared invitation at the festivities tents, you need to travel to Stormhaven to participate. The ride from the Way Shrine to the arena is a long trip. When you arrive, you will notice that this area has 2 daily quests.
Is that an invitation I smell? I soaked each one in bacon grease before sending them out. Right this way, then. I hope you brought your apron. Between the blood, saliva, and crying, well, you'll probably also need wading trousers down there. Oh, hold on. I have it written down. By decree of His Majesty Jester King Emeric, the tyrannical would-be usurper, King Boar, is to be put to death in the arena. The porcine potentate himself. Oh, don't put on a face. It's all a gag for the festival. The conjurers call up a phantom boar for the games. You're not actually killing a big, cute, bristly piggy. This is Jester's Festival, not the war in Cyrodiil. You must be fun at parties. Yes, you just go over and wrestle that giant illusory pig like an idiot while we all watch. Plus, the audience ticket sales will help finance the festival expenses for years to come. Are you in or not? By the powers vested in me, I dub thee Jester King Emeric's champion of charcuterie! Now get in there and carve yourself a rasher.
And I should have picked up the wine quest before going to kill King Boar. You will see how I prioritize collecting the apples as they're needed for the other quest. Unfortunately, if you do not pick up the King's Spoils quest, you will need to go back in to kill the boar a second time to try and steal his meal.
Whew! Even the swine stench is just like the real thing. You smell like you just had a bath in pig sweat. And guts. And, well, you get the idea. I think the conjurers are having a laugh at your expense. Oh, Right. Joy unto Tamriel, the tyrant king of pork now wallows with the dead, his haunches and hoard divided among the heroic and the hungry, his head hung on high as hallmark of his hubris. Here's your cut and your cuts. They're real, I swear.
When I received my reward of the meats, I was wondering where it came from. If the boar is an illusion, and they weren't just going around killing multiple pigs for entertainment, then how are they able to supply so much food? Then I noticed it. The cart of dead bodies behind the jester as she told me about my rewards. Definitely fresh. The last side quest of the Jester's Festival is one of the easiest ones to do, in my opinion. There are 3 different tasks you are given, but they are either cover someone in slime, glitter, or stink bomb them. Let's go back to Stonefalls to see what quest we get for the day.
My partner in hilarity. Back for more pranks? I have a great one for you today. A big laugh. Pranks, of course. There's no better way to celebrate than playing harmless japes on others. I consider myself a master, but there is only one of me, and there are many people in need of a laugh. I think you have what it takes. Interest. Snake? No, frog. Sorry, I was just coming up with another prank idea. The perfect prank should be disruptive and shocking, but not terrifying or damaging. Even better if it's tailored to the person. It's a delicate balance, you know. The target is my good friend, Legica. She also happens to be a carpenter with a little workbench that she's always huddled under. Set up the prank kit over her awning, and the second she gets under it, blah! Slime catastrophe! She's got a kiosk in Dalmora that she uses to sell her wares. You shouldn't have any trouble finding her. She'll look so funny covered in slime, it'll take forever to get out of her hair. You're in for a treat. Go on, get the kit and get going.
After grabbing our prank kit, it's time to head off to find our unlucky NPC. Today, we are heading to Balfoyen. As you can see, I struggled a bit to place the slime down. Once done, you need to take a step back and watch the magic unfold. This slime prank covers the NPC in a beautiful pink, which I hope we are able to get as a skin in the future. You don't really need to wait around to complete this quest, as you could return to Stonefalls to turn in the quest with Soars-in-laugh.
Now, what to do for next time? How about replacing someone's paint bucket with milk? The city's cats would rush over to lick the side of a house. Maybe too expensive. And we wouldn't want the cats to get splinters. I should think so. I'm so glad you pulled it off. She's always pranking me, and it's incredibly hard to get back at her. I knew I picked the right person for the job. How did she react? Excellent! Another successful prank. The Jester's Festival would be nothing without this kind of fun. I thank you for joining. I'll put together another prank kit for you tonight. Come back tomorrow and I'll set you up with another. Now.
And this concludes the Jester Festival event grind, at least until they add more content to the events. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up to date on our new videos. See you next time or in our Discord.